Hello friends, welcome to the channel Virtual Learners. Today we will discuss the chapter 1 of Geography for the 6th standard. The chapter 1 is the Earth in the Solar System. We can see numerous objects in the sky like sun, stars, etc. Along with these bright objects, you may also see the moon on some of the days. It may however appear at different times, different shapes and at different positions. You can see that full moon is occurring once in a month. It is full moon night or it is called as Purnima. So, full moon is occurring at once in a month. It is called full moon night or Purnima. A fortnight later, that is 14 days later, you cannot see the moon at all. It is new moon night or Amavasya. So, after 14 days of full moon, we cannot see the moon. So, it is called as new moon night or Amavasya. On this day, you can watch the night sky best because it is very clear and there is no moon. So let's move on to celestial bodies. What are celestial bodies? The sun, the moon and all those objects shining in the night sky, they are called celestial bodies. So what are celestial bodies? The sun, the moon and all objects shining in the night sky, they are called celestial bodies. Now what are constellations? While watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different groups of stars. These are called constellations. So, various patterns formed by different groups of stars. These patterns are called constellations. What are the examples of constellations? Ursa Major or Big Bear is one such constellation. And another one is Saptarishi. Saptarishi is also an example for constellation. Next is pole star. In ancient times, people used to determine directions during the night with the help of stars. When there were no devices for it, people used to rely on this stars. The North Star indicates the north direction. It is also called the pole star. So, which is known as the pole star? The North Star indicates the north direction. It is also called pole star. It always remains in the same position in the sky. We can locate the position of the pole star with the help of the constellation Saptarishi. Now, let's move on to planets. What are planets? Some celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light. They are lit by the light of stars. Such bodies are called planets. So, what are planets? Planets are celestial bodies that do not have their own heat and light. They are lit by the light of stars. Such bodies are called planets. Here the earth on which we live is a planet. So, earth on which we live is a planet. It gets all the heat and light from the sun, which is nearest star. So, our nearest star is sun. So, we get heat and light from the sun. Here it says that Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus have rings around them. These are belts of small debris that is made up of rock particles. These rings may be seen from Earth with the help of powerful telescope. Now, let's move on to solar system. The sun, 8 planets, satellites and other celestial bodies such as asteroids, meteoroids, etc. are called as solar system. So, the sun, 8 planets, satellites and some other celestial bodies like asteroids and meteoroids constitutes the solar system. We often call it as a solar family with the sun as its head. Next is the sun. The sun is in the center of the solar system. It is huge and is made up of extremely hot gases. So, sun is made up of extremely hot gases. It provides the pulling force that binds the solar system. So, it is the pulling force that binds the solar system. Sun is the ultimate source of heat and light. So, which is the ultimate source of heat and light? Sun. Sun is generating tremendous amount of heat, but it is not so much felt. Why it is not felt by us? It is far away from us. That is, sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the earth. That is why we are not feeling that much amount of heat from the sun. Now let's move on to the planets. There are 8 planets in our solar system. In order of their distance from the sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Here, what are orbits? All these 8 planets of the solar system move around the sun in fixed path. These paths are elongated. They are called as orbits. So, these paths are elongated and this path is called orbits. So, the elongated path in which all the 8 planets of the solar system move around the sun in a fixed path, this is called orbits. Here Mercury is the nearest to the sun. So the planet which is very nearest to the sun is Mercury, and Venus is considered as Earth's twin because its size and shape are very much similar to that of Earth. Now what about Pluto? Till recently, that is up to 2006, Pluto was also considered as planet. However, it is now considered as dwarf planet. So Pluto now is considered as a dwarf planet. It is not a planet anymore. Now let's move on to the Earth. The Earth is the third nearest planet to the Sun. In the size, it is the fifth largest planet. So according to size, it is the fifth largest planet. It is slightly flattened at the poles. That is why the shape is described as geoid. So what is the shape of the Earth? It is geoid. Why is it called so? Because the poles are flattened. There is a slight flattening at the poles. So that is why it is called as geoid shape. Earth has a geoid shape. What are the conditions favorable to support life on Earth? The Earth is neither too hot nor too cold. It has water and air, which are very essential for survival. The air has life-supporting gases like oxygen. Because of these reasons, there is life on Earth. So what are the reasons for supporting life on Earth? There is not too much of cold, not too much of hot. It has water and air, which are very essential. It has gases like oxygen to support life on Earth. Here, from the outer space, the Earth appears blue planet because the 2/3 surface is covered by water. So it is called as blue planet. Now let's move on to the moon. Our Earth has only one satellite, that is the moon. So Earth has only one satellite, that is the moon. Its diameter is only 1/4 that of the Earth. It appears so big because it is nearer to our planet. So moon is appearing big because it is very near to our planet. The moon moves around the Earth in about 27 days. It takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. As a result, one side of the moon is visible to us on the Earth. So only one side of the moon is visible to us because the moon moves around the Earth in about 27 days and it takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. That is why we can see only one side of the moon from the Earth. So now we will look at satellite. A satellite is a celestial body that moves around the planets in the same way as planets moves around the sun. So satellite is a body or a celestial body which moves around the planet. How is it different from a human-made satellite? Human-made satellite is an artificial body. It is designed by scientists to gather information about the universe or for communication purposes. It is carried out by rocket and is placed in the orbit around the Earth. So what is the purpose of a human-made satellite? It is an artificial satellite and its purpose is to gather information about the universe or for communication purposes. What are the examples of Indian satellites? It is INSAT, IRS, EduSat, etc. Whether moon has favorable conditions for life? No, moon does not have favorable conditions for life. That is, it does not have water or air. It has mountains, plains and depressions on its surface. These cast shadows on the moon's surface. So there are mountains, depressions and plains in the moon's surface. It is casting shadow on the moon's surface. So what are asteroids? Apart from the stars, planets and satellites, there are numerous tiny bodies which also moves around the sun. These bodies are called asteroids. So what are asteroids? These are tiny particles apart from stars, planets and satellites that move around the sun. So they are called asteroids. So what are meteorites? The small pieces of rocks which move around the sun are called meteorites. So small pieces of rocks that moves around the sun are called meteoroids. Sometimes these meteorites come near the Earth and they tend to drop on it. During this process, there is friction that is happening between the air and these subjects. So there is a friction encountered by these meteorites and it gets heated up and burned. So these meteorites, when come to the Earth's surface, it comes in contact with the atmosphere or air. So there is friction between these two and it gets heated up and it will burn. It causes a flash of light. So it causes a flash of light. Sometimes a meteor, without being completely burnt, falls on the Earth and creates a hollow or depression. So some of the meteors does not burn completely. They will fall on the Earth's surface causing or creating a hollow or depression. This is called meteorites. Now let's move on to understand what is galaxy. A galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. So what is galaxy? It is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. Now what is universe? That is even bigger concept. There are millions of galaxies which makes the universe. So what is universe? The millions of such galaxies containing huge system of billions of stars and clouds forms the universe. So stars, clouds, etc. forms galaxy, and all these billions of galaxies forms the universe. Now let's quickly move to the exercise given. First question, how does a planet differ from star? Here, planet does not have heat and light of its own, but a star has its own heat and light. The second question, what is meant by solar system? The sun, the 8 planets and other celestial bodies constitutes the solar system. Now, why is the Earth called a unique planet? It is called a unique planet because it has favorable conditions for life. It has water, it has air, and it contains oxygen in the air for living beings to survive. And it is neither too cold, it is neither too hot. Why do we see only one side of the moon always? Here the answer is, moon takes 27 days to move around the earth. It exactly takes the same amount of time to complete one spin. That is why we are not seeing the other side of the moon. We are only seeing one side of the moon from the earth. What is universe? Universe is a bigger concept. It is constituting billions of galaxies. So billions of galaxies forms the universe. Now take the correct answer. The planet known as Earth's twin is Venus. Venus is called as the Earth's twin. Which is the third nearest planet to the sun? Third nearest planet is Earth. All the planets move around the sun in an elongated path. What is the path called? Elongated path. The pole star indicates the direction to the north. Asteroids are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Fill in the blanks. A group of dash forming various patterns is called a dash. The group of stars, it is stars. Group of stars forming various patterns called constellations. A huge system of stars is called galaxy. A huge system of stars is called galaxy. The third one, dash is the closest celestial body to our earth. That is moon. Moon is the closest celestial body to our earth. Dash is the third nearest planet to the sun. That is earth. Earth is the third nearest planet to the sun. Planets do not have their own dash and dash. What is that? Heat and light. Heat and light. That's all from chapter 1. Please subscribe for more videos.